There's never been a time in our life as it is today where we need God so much.
And the best new artist is me. I have never received nothing. You all never gave me no Grammy. And I've been singing for years.
I have never received anything. You've only given me a lack of recognition, even though I've been passionately singing for years. There has never been a more crucial time in our lives than the present, where we yearn for the presence of God. For those who appreciate music, the name Little Richard may resonate. He's not only remembered for his musical talents, but also stands as one of the greatest black musicians in history. His public appearances often reveal the underlying issues within Hollywood, like this instance. However, what remains etched in memory are his enigmatic final words. He left a message for those who seemingly control the system, while also warning those who are trapped within it. Take a listen. There has never been a time as critical as today where our reliance on God is paramount. Little Richard is famously known as the architect of rock and roll. But what does that truly entail? An architect designs something with the intention to build it. In an ironic twist, Little Richard's version of rock music is defined by the boundaries it shattered. From pushing song tempos beyond conventional norms to his unparalleled stage presence, he exuded an unprecedented confidence, even when seated behind a piano. However, this audacity didn't sit well with certain figures in Hollywood. There's much more to delve into about this remarkable individual. To begin, let's explore why the singer chose to return to school to learn how to read and write. During the period when I was in Australia, I took a pause from my career and pursued education. You see, I had never experienced this level of success before. In my early days, I was earning a mere $15 a week in Macon. Suddenly, I found myself making $10,000. Determined to understand the business, I sought knowledge to prevent Hollywood sharks from taking advantage. Born Richard Wayne Pennyman in Macon, Georgia, in 1932, Little Richard openly acknowledged his identity as a gay man. In Charles White's biography The Life and Times of Little Richard, the singer's journey from a young gospel artist in Georgia to a pioneering figure in Southern rock and roll is vividly portrayed. His sexual identity was shaped by early experiences, which were often recounted through anecdotes shared by Richard himself and those around him, shedding light on his complex personality. From a tender age, Little Richard exhibited a sense of femininity, often adorning his mother's makeup and attire. However, this led to his eviction from his father's home at the age of 15. Undeterred, he embarked on a journey, performing at various venues in Atlanta and traversing the Chitlin Circuit, a network of safe spaces for black musicians during the era of segregation. Richard's musical background was rooted in the contrasting worship styles of his parents' congregations, the reserved Baptist services of his mother, and the lively African Methodist Episcopal Church led by his father. In the evolving landscape of rock and roll, Little Richard's integration of Southern gospel and blues was instrumental. He seamlessly blended these influences into a captivating stage presence that quickly garnered national attention. However, the music industry of the 1950s remained racially divided, with white record labels disproportionately benefiting from the achievements of black artists. Richard's experiences of discrimination and exploitation mirrored the prevailing racial biases of the era. Despite his initial success, Little Richard's financial situation didn't mirror his fame. He was entangled in exploitative contracts that saw others profiting from his artistry. Moreover, as white artists like Pat Boone duplicated his work, Hollywood turned a blind eye to the theft of his musical legacy. This disparity was especially evident in the success of Boone's cover of Tutti Frutti. Over the course of his career, Little Richard received numerous accolades, including inductions into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and the Songwriters Hall of Fame. His impact on American music was officially recognized with the inclusion of Tutti Frutti in the Library of Congress National Recording Registry. Sadly, Little Richard's life was marked by personal struggles, including battles with addiction and health issues. On May 9, 2020, the rock and roll pioneer passed away at the age of 87 due to bone cancer. In reflection, Little Richard's story is one of resilience, innovation, and unwavering determination. He navigated a music industry rife with prejudice and exploitation, leaving an indelible mark on the world of music. Despite the challenges, his legacy endures as a testament to the power of artistic expression and the ongoing fight for recognition and equality.